I'm a firm believer in that things happen for a reason.
That's really interesting because I I'm always looking for the reason why things happen. And what bothers me is that I don't see that they happen for good reasons. What I see is that they happen for reasons of power. People trying to get more money, more power. But whenever the stated reasons are for the greater good, it invariably turns out to be virtue signaling and scamming.
For example, today, I think it was fate that you came and met your, former neighbors, and they made you aware of Sylvie's impact in Pierre's life.
Oh
And
wow, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you mean. And you know what? I want to believe that. You're right. Um, it was a very interesting coincidence. And if I believe that what happened today and bumping into the neighbors who made me understand that my ex is living with a woman, which explains everything that happened until now, which I didn't understand for many years now. If I can believe that this was because of divine intervention, then it's good. Things start making more sense. And I think there's meaning.
is Pierre's house sitting on the mountain somewhere?
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. It is in the hills, maybe not as high as this one, but these houses are definitely very well placed. And it's interesting how the houses in the hills are always the most expensive, right?
This is Emerald Hills Unincorporated.
Yeah, right, right. Uh, it's considered unincorporated Redwood City, and it's part of San Mateo County, and it's kind of the chic part. Once again, showing we're in Edgewood, and the houses over there are houses, parts of Emerald Hills.
And Pierre picked this city to live in, right? It was Pierre, right?
Yeah,
Okay, and
yeah.
why?
Because he wanted a place halfway between San Francisco and San Jose in Silicon Valley, and also at the time I was working for United, so it's nice and close to the airport. Um, and it's pretty. I mean, the greenery,
Beautiful.
yeah.
You didn't learn how to drive until you came to the United States.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was no need for me to drive when I was in Paris or anywhere else, though, because the transportation system
It's
in
so
Paris is
wonderful
so
and
amazing.
efficient.
Yeah.
Not like California.
Yeah, coming to California was definitely a shock. And it's only now, in hindsight, that I realize how much of a shock and how difficult it was. And the Bay Area, with its frenetic competition, is very difficult for people, whether it's the natives or the people coming here. So, this being New Year's Day, January 1st, 2025, I decided to think of a New Year's resolution to make. And the stumbling block that I have is that to pick a New Year's resolution, one has to find something that one is reasonably in control of in order to make this New Year's resolution. Otherwise, you can't keep it, right, if you're not in control. And that's the biggest challenge. And I understand now why people make resolutions. It's always about losing weight, keeping weight, putting on weight, because it seems like that's the one thing we have control over, even though it's not true. But it's a comforting myth for many people. So far, I have come to the solution of making a resolution to do more exercise and make money in the stock market. And only one of these is actually under my control. Doing more exercise. So I guess I should stick to that. Just yesterday, New Year's Eve, I was thinking about a definition of mental illness, which involves losing control over your life. And people don't think enough about this. As a matter of fact, I observe that people are under the illusion that they have control over a lot more things than they actually do. And maybe it's an illusion that helps people survive, but it can also be a very harmful illusion. I think another definition that I remember hearing about reality is the unforgiving that smacks you in the face, shattering those illusions. This is part of the scene view which I guess inspires thoughtfulness always. It's even more breathtaking in real life, of course. I'm not sure. Let me see. Right now, this inspires more thoughts in me on the Bay Area and on how people get squeezed into a very, very expensive rat race here. And I think that those who were born here, have always lived here, don't even realize it. And in a way, don't understand what hit them when it does.
Giving me momentum to keep forging ahead and not be a wimp. Left to me alone. That's what would have happened. I would have turned around, and But so thank you.
That is so sweet. That totally makes my New Year's Day, hearing this. And this is what we need: other people to acknowledge something we've done.
And
that's it. The source of happiness.
And there's, something better in store for you than your life with Pierre and Alexander. Yeah.
Oh, honey, I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll believe in you. I'll believe in you, honey. You know, you're absolutely right, because right, and that is precious. This is a perfect activity for New Year's Day, because I have never had so many people wish me happy New Year. I think there were literally like 50 people at least, right? 50 is a conservative estimate of how many people wished us Happy New Year today when we were walking when we were walking in.
Everybody loves her. Yeah. Her looks, her intellect.
If you want to talk a little bit, that's fine. Because
This is my friend Kim speaking to an old friend of ours, Barry Fultonberg. And it's always very nice to hear compliments on one's behalf, of course. Cheers, one up. So spread those compliments. So I think I found one more thing that I have more control over, so I could have that as a New Year's resolution, and that would be to try to make people feel good. It's not necessarily easy, but I can try. Definitely have more control over that than the stock market. Of course, the best version of all would be to make money in the stock market in order to make people feel good, right? But wish on. One indispensable ingredient in making other people feel good is, first of all, make sure you find out what it is that makes them feel good and not have empty-headed, superficial misconceptions. Like ask them what makes them feel good would be a good idea. And most of the time, unfortunately, that might mean that you can do nothing to help them feel good. But it's worth the risk of asking. Hi, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Come to think of it, even something as small as that, wishing people Happy New Year and having them wish me Happy New Year, it spreads joy, right? A little bit. I mean, it's obviously not going to change your life, but it does a little bit to help one feel better. So, in conclusion, the first New Year's resolution I arrived at was to exercise a lot in the coming new year. And I'm glad that I added my second resolution, which was to try to make as many people, well, people I love, people I like, as many people that I like feel better as I can, um, because that makes me go outside of myself. The first resolution about doing more exercise was just about me, and those in general are not very productive. In my opinion, what's productive is trying to make other people's lives better. So I'm happy I arrived at the second resolution. And in general, this video, in hindsight, is meant to help people think about what New Year's resolution and on a broader and bigger level, what is it that makes life better? How does it make our lives better? What does it make other people's lives better? Is it better to make more and kill people in order to be happy? I'm being facetious, of course, but it seems that a lot of our politicians think that's the solution to better life, right? So it is worth asking that question as to what makes a better life. So, on this New Year's Day, I would like to initiate a broader dialogue on what we can do to make our own lives better, to make our other people's better, and forgive me for the broadness of it all. But one has to start somewhere, and a New Year's Day seems an appropriate day and probably better than any other day for this kind of endeavor. And I would invite all of you who will see this video to put in the comments what you think about New Year's resolution and what is it that makes life better. And again, sorry for the broadness, but And thank you for watching this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I hope I was able to trigger some questions.